大家好，今天是中国76年3月8日，天气多云，温度13度。今天这一期呢，我把最近的这些热点事件剪辑到一起，大家一起来看一下。
美国总统川普原本4号起要对邻国加拿大输美商品课征25%的高关税，但在加拿大承诺部署近万名前线人员协助保卫加美边境，以遏制类鸦片、药物芬太尼和移民进入美国后，川普宣布暂缓实施，给予30天宽限期，以进一步谈判。加拿大总理杜鲁道最近召集商界和劳工领袖开会，商讨对策。 毕竟高达25%的惩罚性关税一旦开征，势必损害加拿大经济。
The 30 days extension been given on the border or fentanyl tariffs is something we need to use. We need to be very deliberate about how we continue to engage closely with the United States to make the case and demonstrate that Canada is responsible for a tiny part of the North American fentanyl problem, but that we are also bitterly touched by this tragedy. We also want to be part of solving for this.
杜鲁道认为，加拿大必须从战术和战略上思考川普的关税威胁，而多家加拿大媒体披露，杜鲁道在这场会议中更直言，川普是认真打算并吞加拿大，以获取加拿大的自然资源。 虽然杜鲁道这番话是在媒体离开会场后所说，但是加拿大广播公司和多伦多星报都有在大厅外听到。川普自去年11月赢得美国总统大选以来，即多次嘲讽加拿大主权。他经常称加拿大为美国第51州，称杜鲁道为州长，还把两国每天数十亿美元的贸易往来称为美国补贴，声称加拿大没有美国就行不通。 对此，杜鲁道政府誓言国家主权毋庸置疑，没有商量余地。
1 of using RedNote.
Hello, this is day 3 of using RedNote. 你好, this is Di Wutian. Sorry, day 5 of being on RedNote.
用到識講中文拍片搞下笑啫。不過近期小紅書多咗唔少外國人就真嘅。 美國政府對 TikTok 唔賣就禁嘅法令生效在即，唔少美國嘅 TikTok 用戶就用 TikTok 難民自居，湧向中國嘅社交平台小紅書啊！原本內地人為主嘅小紅書，一夜之間變得國際化。
TikTok refugees here. We're here to make new friends.
嗱，唔少 TikTok 難民就形容咧，轉用小紅書係一種美國式嘅抗議。
As funny as it sounds, is there really anything more American than being told you can't be on your favorite Chinese-owned social media app and then just diving deeper into an even more Chinese social media app like RedNote? There is just something that exists within a true red-blooded American that the more you tell us no, we can't do something, the more we want to do it.
嗱，無論點，呢一次嘅網民大遷徙都造就咗一次大型嘅中美民間交流，而最先受惠嘅可能係一班中國嘅中小學生啊！唔少學生把握機會，將自己嘅英文作業鋪上小紅書，請呢一班美國人幫佢哋做功課，結果又真係有唔少人提供答案㗎喎。至於答案啱唔啱同算唔算出貓呢，就唔知啦。 而隨住越嚟越多美國用戶湧入小紅書，佢哋亦都開始發現中國社交平台嘅尺度真係好唔同㗎。有美國傳媒報導，有 TikTok 難民喺小紅書問其他用戶歡唔歡迎同性戀者，結果幾個鐘頭之後就俾人移除。亦都有男用戶 upload 一張上半身嘅健身相，結果都俾人 delete 咗啊！佢就質疑點解連健身嘅腹肌相都唔容許存在啊，認為喺 TikTok 同埋 Instagram 呢啲平台都唔會發生咁樣嘅事。雖然係咁，小紅書目前都仲有唔少外國用戶。咁內地官方又點樣睇呢一班 TikTok 難民湧入去內地嘅社交平台呢？嗱，至少外交部副部長華春瑩呢就好開心啦。嗱，咁而有消息就話，小紅書淨係增聘英文內容審核員，會唔會有新一輪嘅整頓呢？暫時就未。
But this one This one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured. Thanks to you.
You used to warn about the dangers of TikTok spying on Americans. What changed that you're not worried about that anymore?
Well, it depends on the deal. I mean, I may not do the deal or I may do the deal. TikTok is worthless. Worthless if I don't approve it. It has to close. I learned that from the people that own it. If I don't do the deal, it's worthless, worth nothing. If I do the deal, it's worth maybe $1 trillion, $1 trillion. So if I do the deal I'm talking about doing it for the United States. If I do the deal for the United States, then I think we should get half. In other words, I think the U.S. should be entitled to get half of TikTok. And congratulations, TikTok has a good partner. And that would be worth, it could be $500 billion or something. It's crazy, the numbers are crazy. But it's worthless if the president doesn't sign, then it's worthless. If the president does sign, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. So I think, like a joint venture, I think we would have a joint venture with the people from TikTok. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's one of many ideas I've had.
The CEO, did he say that he's open to that idea?
Who?
The CEO of TikTok is around.
Oh, I think he'd probably like it. Because he's got nothing. I mean, they really have nothing. It's passed in Congress. It gives the president a right to make a deal or to close it. And we have 90 days to make that decision. But I could see making a deal where the U.S. gets 50% of TikTok, polices it a little bit or a lot, depends on them. But remember, they make telephones in China, they make all sorts of things in China. Nobody ever complains about that. Here they're complaining about this. There's so many different products made in China, and nobody ever complained about it. The only one they complain about is TikTok. And TikTok is largely young people. I guess I have a warm spot for TikTok that I didn't have originally. But, I went on TikTok, and I won young people up by 36%, Peter. And Republicans typically don't do too well with young people. But it's a different Republican Party.
Would the U.S. government buy a portion of TikTok then, or how would it get that 50%?
No, you'd take 50% of TikTok for the approval that TikTok can continue in business. And they'd have a great partner. The U.S. would be their partner. But the U.S. essentially would be paid for doing that half of the value of TikTok.
Would there be a private sector owner as
Could
well?
Be, yeah, could be a lot. Tell you what, every rich person has called me about TikTok.
You wanted to block TikTok. Why did you change your mind?
Because I got to use it. And remember, TikTok is largely about kids, young kids. If China's going to get information about young kids, I don't know.
Are you
I think, to be honest with you, I think we have bigger problems than that. But when you take a look at telephones that are made in China and all the other things that are made in China, military equipment made in China, TikTok, I think TikTok is not their biggest problem. But there's big value in TikTok if it gets approved. If it doesn't get approved, there's no value. So if we create that value, why aren't we entitled to like half?
Well, they steadied a bit today after a big tech sell-off come Monday, and it was all because of the new Chinese AI chatbot called DeepSeek, spooking investors that China may be leading U.S. in artificial intelligence. Now, that DeepSeek app is currently #1 in both Apple and Google's app stores. It was built by a 1-year-old startup in China, and then analysts say it all has the abilities of other models like ChatGPT, but it's supposedly much cheaper to operate. Officials at DeepSeek say they spent less than $6 million training their software. Other leading AI companies like OpenAI and Google, by comparison, using hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars on that.
president. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
That.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering
position
on
to
this
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what
I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war,
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
Playing cards.
But right now, you don't.
Yeah,
you're playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing
I'm very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling with the
president
lives of millions of people.
You're
gambling with World War III.
What do you think
You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank you?
Even today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times thank you to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on out here. I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
I can tell you
You're
again,
running low
I
on
know.
soldiers. Listen,
Please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look. If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
it doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what.
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means.
That was with
you.
a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
But this
that was
is your,
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins.